The 2024 WNBA season has probably been the one that more people paid attention to than any other season in history. This is a league that has lost money every single year of its existence, and for all we know, it likely will continue to lose money this year just because the deficit that it's in. But there's no doubt that one player had a significant impact this year in the WNBA, and that is Caitlin Clark. As much as the media continue to try to put her down and lift up all these other rookies the entire year, even down to the very end, there's no doubt that Caitlin Clark herself, she has been the one that has really changed this entire thing for the WNBA. And getting past all the controversy, all the bullshit that we've talked about throughout this entire year, we now have the facts. We now have the numbers when it comes to viewership, when it comes to attendance, and the proof that this is Caitlin Clark's league. Final WNBA season, regular season viewership, all rated networks. Caitlin Clark games average 1.178 million. All other games average under 400,000. That's an increase of nearly 200% for Caitlin Clark games. Yeah. What about attendance? WNBA attendance this season. Average Fever games, 16,000 attendance. Average non-Fever games, 8,500. That's nearly an 88% increase. That's Caitlin Mania. And here's the breakdown.
She's getting NBA attendance when she actually plays. That's crazy.
So, and like for the record, the Indiana Fever had higher average attendance than the Indiana Pacers did this season. And It's not like the Pacers had a bad year or anything like that. But the Indiana Fever average higher attendance than the Pacers did. That's saying something. That's very significant. And you look at the difference in some of these teams. Now, a lot of these teams don't even play in big stadiums. They play in like smaller stadiums because no one fucking comes to the games. But when Caitlin Clark came into town, well, hey, let's see if we can play at the Hawks place. Hey, let's go see if we can play at the Wizards place because there's such a big demand for tickets. It is pretty astounding. And now we have the final MVP voting, despite the fact that everyone said she shouldn't even be in the conversation, and she shouldn't have won. Caitlin Clark shouldn't have won the MVP, but she did finish 4th in MVP voting, the highest for a rookie that we've seen in like a decade in the WNBA. She has changed the game. And the most insane part is still that so many people, so many players currently in the WNBA, so many commentators, so many former players in the WNBA, they despise the fact that Caitlin Clark is the one to do this. She's the one that's getting all the attention. Maybe they're mad that players like Asia Wilson and Breanna Stewart and Diana Taurasi, maybe they're upset that they didn't get these numbers, this much interest, but those are just the facts. Those are just reality. Asia Wilson is the best player in the WNBA right now, and she is the MVP.
Unanimous MVP.
And she should be. Like, she's leading the league in points by a big margin. She's second in rebounding to only fucking useless-ass Angel Reese, right? She had an incredible season. She should be the MVP on one of the better teams in the WNBA. But when it comes to attention and who people care about and who people are excited to see, and also putting up incredible numbers, is Caitlin Clark. It's a no-brainer. That's why people are paying attention.
Yeah, this is this is a big deal, man. I mean, Caitlin Clark, number 4. Asia Wilson, honestly, I didn't know how to pronounce her name because I didn't know her. Nobody cared about Asia Wilson, even though we know now she's a great, great player. The league is Caitlin Clark still. These players better get on board quickly and stop all the bitching and complaining. This is Caitlin Clark's league. She's the one that's going to get them paid.
Most, even pretty hardcore sports fans, most of them probably couldn't have named more than 2 or 3 WNBA teams before this season. That's just the truth. Now you actually have people that are paying attention to it. And I think that it's done a couple things. One, obviously, it's got the WNBA a lot more attention. It's also exposed some things about the WNBA in terms of the play and the quality of play, the quality of officiating. It's exposed some things that they have a massive room to improve. It's not fucking good. On a lot of nights, it is not good. It's not a good product. That's one of the reasons why no one has fucking watched it in years. But this is nothing but a huge positive for them in terms of the potential for growth. And it is strictly Caitlin Clark. It's not about the rookie class. It's about Caitlin Clark. It always was, and it will continue to be. How long will this last? That remains to be seen. But with a rookie season like that, leading the league in assists, breaking the single season assist record, putting up 19 points a game, finishing fourth in MVP voting, and most importantly, taking the worst team in the league last year and getting them to the playoffs. Whereas a team like the Chicago Sky, they got worse this year with your girl Angel Reese. So Caitlin Clark made everyone better around her, and at the end of the day, they are in the playoffs, and nobody wants to play the Indiana Fever right now. That's for sure.